are High Elf Archers, any good in patch 6.1.3. There's not a patch in which they're not good, it's just harder to win solely through Archer spam now. There are reasons for that, and we'll go over them, but these units are not that expensive and they fire at 180 range. High Elves are known for their archery after all. Did I mention they fire at 180 range? They fire at 180 range, just so we're clear. Recruited for 475 gold and 119 upkeep, so only a budget option judged against its own faction. On Ultra they come with 90 entities and 5,670 health between them for 63 health per. Remember this number, engrave it upon your hearts. Damage in excess of this will one-hit KO Archer entities. Armor is 15 only for the base model. Leadership of 70 is remarkably high for a missile unit. Speed 36 and charge speed 43 are blatantly nimble, so keeping them in a static formation is for your convenience, not because they are slow. Melee attack begins at only 16, and attack interval 4.3 is not particularly fast or slow. No splash damage in melee. Melee defense begins at 14, we'll return to this. Weapon strength 24, split base 19, and armor piercing 5. Charge bonus is only 4 and mass 100. For ranged, the important part, ammunition begins at 24, which is 2 higher than the ritualistic 22 that Cathay units get. Did I mention that range is 180? Range is 180 meters stock. Missile damage 17 is split between base 16 and armor piercing 3. These are by no means bad figures. It's 1 arrow per archer per volley. Reload time 11 seconds default, total accuracy begins at the center 20. Calibration distance of 140 means especially inaccurate beyond that range, so they'll do less damage. But against many enemies, what damage they do inflict is free. You can't beat the price of free. Calibration area is 5.7 meters, and there is no multi-target penetration. Now, 5.7 is quite hot. This is within its calibration distance, so a default archer unit is strong and long-ranged, but not really accurate at all. This gets much better with veterancy because that increases total accuracy, and that's used to modify the calibration area, as in making the groupings tighter. These are your main issues getting the most out of archers in campaign. The light armor variant costs 525 gold, 50 more, and 131 upkeep. There are few changes, but they are armor 40 instead of 15, and melee defense default 18 instead of 14. The only trait at work is hide in forest, and don't get too cocky about that. Arrows do not like hitting trees. If above 25% health, melee attack plus 2 and melee defense plus 12. And the starting point for melee defense is low enough that all this is really doing, and this is important, is buying you a little time when they get hit in melee. They're still blatantly bad, just not as bad as Empire Crossbowmen. In the Redline skills, Bowmaster at 3 pips offers plus 20% ammunition and plus 8% reload time reduction to burn through ammo that much faster. At rank 7, Favorable Winds adds plus 10 armor, which is more impressive on the light armor variants, but a 66% boost for the regular, missile strength plus 12%, and missile resistance 15% for their own survivability, but they're never going to have it on the level of Lawman Seaguard with shields. In the tech tree, Militia Training adds recruitment rank plus 2 along with your basic Spearman and Ranger units. Archery Prowess provides a whopping 15% reload time reduction. Trumpeters adds 5% speed. Precise Fletching adds plus 20% ammunition and plus 10% missile strength. Martial Law grants upkeep minus 5% and recruitment cost minus 10%. Light Ithilmar armor adds plus 10 armor. And that's it. The rest will be Lord and hero specific and so forth. So how do we use High Elf Archers? Well, there are various schools of thought with this. For normal people, I suggest going right ahead and using a Spearman wall and adjusting as you actually require it. Try-hard checkerboard formations using archers themselves is probably not going to work out very well in a lot of cases, but may be the best of a bad situation. This was mostly a tactic in Warhammer 2, not 3. The point is, this is a DPS unit, it has great range, but the accuracy, which does get better with a veteran army, means it is a sandpaper grinding down your enemies, not instant wins. So either be very selective with what you focus fire, or be in a situation where you can let them fire and, avoiding game bugs if possible, and do broad damage to enough enemies that your melee units can clean up. The flip side is that with a lot of factions, your front line is expected to crumble long before you're dry of ammo. With High Elves, you get situations where early game you are actually completely using up your arrows and their balance of power aspect with them. Well, if it's a big enough fight, that can happen regardless. Reload time 11 isn't even that bad, but reducing it by 22% before even hitting rank 1 comes off as pretty insane. So High Elf archers own and dominate range and volume of fire. It's the rest that needs to improve as you go. I'd say in the end, use them as they were intended, hire a lot of them, and inflict them upon your foes until things break down. If archers are enough to win, then win. Winning is good. If they're not, adjust. That's because they're good enough against enough things. It takes very tough cases for you not to be able to win with enough archer fire. Those cases exist, but your main fear is losing that DPS early because the enemy can kill them. So, use your tools for slowing things down, like Spearmen. Archers can and will win you a good deal of battles. Help them do it. Add magic, add a bolt thrower. Do skirmishing to drag things into your range, because that range is long. These are achievable things, and the fundamentals are fundamental for a reason. Take care and have fun making the national budget cry for mercy with all the fletching your armies require.